Strange shot.
Hello.
Hello. Hiya, everybody. Welcome back to the channel and to the normalisation of our live streams after yet another bump a couple of weeks ago when we had the Grub Club.
There's going to be occasional bumps.
Yeah, especially with Grub Clubs, because Grub Clubs take priority, don't they?
Of course.
And so we have to kind of, jiggle our lives about a bit. So, hi. Yes, if it's your first time here, I'm Paul.
I'm Jason.
Together we are
Those Vegan Guys.
And we're just back, just this very day, around 1 o'clock this afternoon, from a gorgeous couple of days in Ambleside, staying at Ambleside Manor and eating delicious food at Zeffirelli's and Fellini's.
Well done.
Got
it. Excellent.
We did put a vlog up just before we went live, a couple of hours ago. So if you fancy having a look, it's called Vegan Short Breaks, Ambleside Manor, Zeffirelli's and Fellini's, the Lake District. That's what the vlog's called, and it's well worth a watch. So before we carry on with just kind of having a chat and a chill out, which is what we're all here to do tonight, I did not expect my beautiful drag daughter Angharad to be here this evening.
Yes.
But she is here, and she has suffered an incredible loss. With Fudge has gone over the Rainbow Bridge, but I've said it in a private message and I shall say it again. He's gone over the Rainbow Bridge as one of the most loved rabbits that's ever lived on this earth.
No doubt.
Who shared so many beautiful years with Angharad. And although my little sweetheart, it's going to be so difficult to hold on to those good memories for a while because the grief's going to be raw, of course it is. Please know that we all know that Fudge had the most amazing life with you, the most loved life with you, and there is nothing you can ask for more at the end of our fur family's lives. We've gone through it so many times.
It never gets any easier.
Never ever gets any easier.
It's going to be difficult. It's going to be a difficult few weeks, and it's a process.
Yeah, it is a process
that you've got to go through. But
you're a brave girl for being here, and I'm really proud of you. And Fudge is never not going to be a part of your life.
Yeah, big time.
Because he lives right in your heart.
Yeah.
And always will.
Yeah.
So thanks for being here, sweetheart.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm glad to see that some people who've commented on the short break vlog are already saying that they're like interested in Ambleside Manor, just in case any of the staff from any of the places are watching this. Hi guys, and thank you so much for making our stay so lovely, all of you. Robert on reception at Ambleside was great. We never saw him when we checked out this morning, which was a real shame.
He was probably having a well-deserved rest.
He probably was having a well-deserved rest, but we had the most needed break, probably. Actually, the only other needed break was when we lost Alice and we went to Portugal.
Yeah.
This was a needed break just from work and stress levels and the amount of stress we put ourselves under sometimes, trying to always kind of, keep everything going. And it was really nice, and I highly recommend it. I mean, I really, really highly recommend that you put yourself first, because this is what I did. I knew that I had this week off work, and I knew that Jason was off Wednesday and Thursday as well. And on Monday, I think it was Monday. When did I tell you? Tuesday? No, Monday.
Monday, I think it was. Yeah.
On Monday, while he was at work, I just thought, do you know what? I'm just phoning. So I phoned Ambleside Manor and I just said, have you got any rooms for Wednesday and Thursday? And they said, oh yeah, we've got our February deal on at the moment, 2 nights, dinner, bed and breakfast, dinner at one of the restaurants and bed and breakfast here. And it's like it's £360 for a suite, £340 for a superior, £320 for a basic. I wanted a suite, but they only had a superior left. You've seen the room. It was beautiful. beautiful. So 340 quid for 2 nights bed and breakfast there, with as much breakfast as you want to eat. DVDs, books, beautiful lounge and fireplace, and I could have stayed there, but why would you do that when Late Windermere's around the corner?
Exactly.
You know,
yeah.
Late Windermere was beautiful.
Lots of people in the chat already that have already watched the vlog and thoroughly enjoyed it. And I think, where's the comment before? I thought I did.
Pauline, a little bit further up, trying to convince her partner.
That's the one. Yeah. If you can book and get in, we cannot recommend the place highly enough. It's been brilliant.
Yeah.
And to be honest,
so needed.
We said yesterday, like, both of us have been a bit under the weather. Paul had a cold last week. A couple of days after, I got a bit of a cold.
Not COVID, by the way.
Not COVID, of course. And it's that whole thing of like, well, you know what? If you're feeling a little bit under the weather, what better situation can you find yourself in than having people cook for you and be able to stay in a lovely place and feel looked after? It's been wonderful, hasn't it?
It really has.
Yeah.
It's just one of the highlights being just sitting on that bench at the side of the lake and just breathing. Just breathing, man. Breathing it all in. And remembering, Adam said it actually in the WhatsApp group before, or was it on Facebook, Adam? I can't remember. Might have been Facebook actually. The Britain, the United Kingdom, is filled with beautiful, incredibly beautiful places. And sometimes it might just be a short drive away from you. In our case, it was like an hour and 45 minutes drive.
Yeah, which really still isn't that bad.
It's not that bad, no. So it's like an hour and 45 minutes away, which is how much in miles?
I think it's about 90 miles.
Is that all?
Don't quote me on that. My geography is shockingly bad.
I think Blackpool's about 90 miles. Anyway, it was...
No, Blackpool's not 90 miles.
It was incredible. And this offer that they've got on at the moment, it runs throughout February. They do a 2-night break and a 3-night break. And if you have the opportunity, the finances, and the need for a short break, cannot recommend it highly enough.
Most definitely. Angharads says, by the way, thank you so much for your kind words. We wanted to be here tonight in a place we know that others love fudge.
Yeah.
Yes, most definitely. Welcome one and all anyway. We're 8 minutes into the live stream. We've got 80 in the house.
Hello, loves.
You're all awesome for being here. It's a chilled Friday in our lounge, as it always
is.
Very,
very chilled one tonight, and we were not guaranteeing any length of time.
No.
We've come on, we've watched a couple of episodes of Next Generation. We might watch a movie later on.
I still have fluctuating temperature.
Yeah.
Which is a weird one. But you know what? Even with all of that, and I'm not going to keep going on about it because it's boring. It's boring when people piss and moan about the fact that they're a bit under the weather. But what I will say, because I know some of you, not wanting to assume, but I know a couple of people ask often about a musical performance at the end of the live stream on a Friday. I am going to opt out just on this occasion, putting it out there now, setting the stall out. You would not want to hear me sing tonight, trust me. And I've not played guitar for a few days. So we're just going to see how it goes, but appreciate you all being here. Leanne and Ashley, of course, our wonderful mods. Thank you so much for being here. It's always a pleasure to welcome you and to see you. And of course, to everybody else in the house that's come along. Obviously, as Paul's just given you the lowdown on our getaway, it will not be the last time, let me tell you, that we head over to the lakes, and more specifically, head to Ambleside Manor. We'll definitely be going back, without a doubt.
For sure. Yeah, beautiful old Victorian house, Victorian manor house, converted into a B&B. Beautiful.
Yeah.
All that wood paneling and just nice.
I will say, because I've just remembered, because you said it before we went live, when we got back last night from having the final meal out, we grabbed a DVD off the shelf. We were like, oh, let's watch a film. We watched The Grudge, and we're reminded it's not that great. It's not a great film.
No, not the original.
The American remake.
The original Japanese is all right.
Yes.
I still don't find it that scary though.
No, it's not massively scary.
No.
But yeah,
the one with Sarah Michelle Gellar. Still, I'm glad we got back from the restaurant. We had a bottle of wine from Spa that we took with us.
As you do, you know, as you do.
We had a bottle of wine and just like chilled. We were like, Jay said, should we choose DVD? I said, do you know, if there's an horror.
An horror comedy.
An horror comedy.
Yeah. So that was what we opted for. So yeah.
I'm glad we watched it again because now it's like, okay, I've seen that enough times in my life. Now, that one.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Yeah. Yes, Joan. Yeah, the original is much better in many ways. But isn't it often the case when a Japanese or a Korean horror film or something like that gets a remake for like a Western audience?
Yeah, they try and Americanize it, don't they? Basically, make it into an American thing rather than keeping its Oriental soul, which it comes from with very different mythologies and folklore mixed in.
Of course,
Yeah.
Imran, hey you guys. Imran says, talking of Japanese remakes, The Ring was gone awful as well. It wasn't a great remake, was it? No, not at all. Not at all. Tracy just popped a huge meatloaf in the oven and put Matilda's ear meds in and sitting down to join and relax whilst it cooks. Lovely.
Nice to see you, Trace.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, we've got.
Is Trace okay, by the way? I know it's Tracy, but Trace is often a term of endearment for a Tracy in the UK.
Trace. Yeah. Probably Australia as well, I would imagine.
All right, Trace. Yeah.
I could hear it in my head, but I couldn't do the accent. So thank you for doing the accent. Muddy says, good question, because we never know. But generally speaking, Muddy says, does Isis sulk when you've been away? Not really. At all. Not at all.
No, my mum came down, looked after her throughout, basically. Spent 2 hours down here last night watching Pointless with Isis on her knee. So she gets a lot of fussing and a lot of attention when we're not here. She tells us off when we get home, though.
Yeah.
Doesn't she?
Yeah.
She kind of comes, as I open the back door and shouted, "Hey, we're back!" She came downstairs mumbling a bit and then went outside, fell on her side, and did lots of meows like, you have many belly rubs to do until you're forgiven. Yeah.
But she's always very loving, isn't she?
Yeah.
She is. Yeah, which is nice. She's lovely. So that's John's question answered. So that's good. There you go, John. And
Pauline's been back for the first time. Love it. It's good stuff in it. I was so glad Cheaply Lazy Vegan introduced me to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
So Tracy's happy with Trace. Excellent stuff. Oh, Miss Goldilocks, that's great. You know what? In absolute all honesty, when we got back, I was pretty knackered from the drive because the weather on the way back for driving was horrible in comparison to the drive down there. It was raining a lot on the way home, and there was a lot of lorries on the motorway.
So it was filthy.
A lot of
we
spray.
went past like a quarry or something, didn't we? And like the raw concrete on the road.
So I wasn't even going to edit the vlog. And I was just going to kind of start it and then, finish it off tomorrow. And then I just got into the swing of it. And there you go. The rest, as they say, is history. Do you know what I mean?
Being a bit dear rabbit white, Jelly wants to know what you've done to your head.
I don't know. I woke up when was it? Last week, I woke up one morning
Yeah.
and I just had a scratch on my head.
And I was like, Jay, what have you done?
I was
It might
like,
be his engagement ring.
It could be my engagement ring because
It's split.
It's split, and I could have just done like that in the night, and just that's the only kind of logical explanation, really. Either that or Paul's been hitting me, beating me up while I've been asleep. But it's probably more likely to be the ring. Yeah. So there you go. Anyway, yeah. Hopefully it'll heal fairly soon. I just kind of got a bit of a Harry Potter vibe going on, haven't I? That's what it is. Casey's sister. Being in a TVG hall, loving the vegan stories series. Paul is a great interviewer, and you picked great interviewees. More vegan queens, please.
Oh, Casey.
Thank you for the super chat, by the way.
Thank you very much for the super chat. Just so you know, by the way, we everything used to go on this channel, and then the vegan queens started putting everything on their own channel. So all the newest vegan queens stuff is on the vegan queens channel. If you fancy going having a look over there, they've got some cracking videos from London from the last few months, and some highlights from Pride shows last year. There's bits on there all the time, but nowhere near as regular as us.
Yeah, but it's well worth checking out. It's well worth checking out the Vegan Queens channel because the content is awesome, and they're fabulous. And I can say that, even though I, might be accused of being biased.
Adam, weren't you making something? Were you making
soup noodles?
Soup? Did you do it? But you have no Scotch bonnets. Did you do it? Did it work? Did you like it? Did you do it? Did it work? Did you like it?
Right, Joan. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's just England for you, isn't it? In terms of the weather. We got lucky on the way in, though. It was a lovely drive over there. It just wasn't quite so nice on the way back.
Oh, I'm so glad you got the sweets, Eileen. I'm glad your comment won. It was well, that's why we filmed it, because I thought if we pick someone, if we did it without filming it, someone has said if we'd have just said you'd won, we'd have been accused of cheating.
Yeah,
I guarantee it.
Yeah,
guarantee it.
It's a cosmic conundrum. Sometimes the universe just does funny things.
The universe does do funny things.
No one can explain it. Science can't measure it.
I know it was a very weird little serendipitous moment.
Pauline, thank you very much for the super chat. Greatly appreciated.
Thank you, Pauline.
There we go, Adam. Yes, noodle soup was delicious. I used 2 bird's eye chilies instead. Excellent. I'm glad it turned out well. Yeah. I mean, I think.
Sorry.
You should be. I think a Scotch bonnet is obviously the preference, but you add something in, and that's the main thing, because I do think it needs some kind of kick in there, doesn't it? Oh, Ashley's been a TVG member for 20 months. TVG channel member for 20 months.
And a moderator for about 85 months. But it feels like that sometimes, doesn't it?
Great stuff. Great stuff. Well, I'll ask, just because I haven't, and because there's 93 of us in the house, welcome one and all, and thank you for being here. If you haven't already, please do consider giving the live stream this evening a thumbs up, because it does help us get the down-to-earth vegan message out there to a few more people. And we've seen nice, steady growth on the channel throughout Veganuary. It's been really nice to see. It's slowed up a little bit now, but it's still nice and steady, and it's always heading in the right direction. And for that, we are eternally grateful.
Yeah, very grateful.
Yes. I think I might get us a glass of wine now.
That would be lovely.
Yes.
No, we're still going through the Go West fairs, muddy, very much so. In fact, we had them on in the car on the way to and didn't have them on. It was mainly Barbara and Churches
on the way back.
On the way back.
In fact,
Barbara Streisand and Churches on the way back. On the way there, Barbara, Churches, and
Go West was on when we arrived at Ambleside Manor. Yes. I would highly recommend to everybody that's on the live stream this evening. If you haven't checked out the vlog that we put up for Ambleside Manor, watch it after the live stream finishes.
Yeah, please do, because it's just worth watching,
and it's lovely, relaxing.
It's worth watching. We said we decided we were going having this break, and Jay said, like, are we going to vlog any of it? And I said, well, we'll do bits, we'll do snippets. We can at least show like the hotel and the room and stuff. It's not going to intrude on us having a good time, and it didn't at all, because we kept it to a minimum, as you'll see. But actually, when we got it all together, it was like, no, that's really good, because we've shown the hotel, the rooms in the hotel, the lounge, the dining area, the breakfast, the food at the 2 restaurants, some of the Lake Districts. So, you know, you get a good, and it didn't intrude.
No, it didn't intrude. It's succinct, I think is the word. It's succinct, but shows a little bit of everything. Yeah. Sue's another one who has tried the school dinner cheese pie. Delicious.
Isn't it good?
It's proven to be very popular.
I'm right glad it worked.
Yeah.
Next one I've got to try and copy is the Allotments almond satay sauce.
Yes.
I'll do it.
Yeah. Do it. You best dad, do it. Adam says, it will be my 3-year anniversary of watching your channel at the end of March. So glad I clicked on that YouTube recommendation. Ah, cheers, dude. And yeah, happy anniversary for 3 years. That's epic. Definitely. There's quite a lot of our subscribers now, because obviously the numbers have gone up over the last couple of years. There's quite a lot of our subscribers now, though, that have been like around for quite a long time. Mm-hmm. And that is lovely. That's really nice.
Well, we've been doing this channel we started it 8 years ago, but then we really got into it 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
We started it in 2015 and we just did little bits. And then in 2017, we were like, let's do more with this. And
yeah,
we stepped it up a bit then, didn't we?
Yeah. I think one of the things Joan says, the hotel looks beautiful and cozy. The restaurants were fab, and being veg and vegan too, an added bonus. I think, yeah, without getting too much into it and keep kind of talking about it, because there is a vlog there now, of course. But one of the things I said last night, we were chatting, I think, obviously, in an ideal world, yes, it would be great to go to a dedicated vegan place. You know, we've been lucky enough, fortunate enough for the grub clubs, that every grub club we've been to so far, it's been exclusively vegan place, hasn't it? I'm right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, the restaurants that we ate at, even though they were veggie vegan, I suppose one of the things that I kind of only really acknowledged last night was, even in a veggie vegan place, it's great as a vegan because you're not getting the sights and smells that you would get in another place.
Eileen, I'm so glad you've asked that. Eileen said, oh, thank you, I never win anything. Can anyone recommend a laundry tablet that is vegan that I can get at a supermarket, please? Now, in one of our local Sainsbury's recently, we saw a display for Smol, S-M-O-L. Now, I've used Smol for about 2 years. I'm not affiliated. I don't make anything from it. But here's the thing about Smol products, Eileen. They post them right to your door in recyclable packaging, cardboard. It's a direct debit scheme. So I think I pay like $4.50 every 2 months. And I have an abundance. I've just put the link in the chat. Try them, because they'll send you a trial for free to see what you think. They did that with me, and I was like, where do I sign? The really good little laundry pods, chuck them in.
Yeah,
recycle the packaging. Work out. Tell them how often you do laundry. They'll work out how many you need to be sent. It's so good.
Trace saying before, scroll past it. I read it and then I was like, oh, I'll come back to that. Ah, there. Oh, no, it wasn't Trace. Sorry, it was Joan. Joan says, getting my new cooker a week today. Gonna make the cheese flan first.
Hope you love it.
Nice. And Jacqueline says, I got my eyeshadow, Paul, last Friday. Taco.
Nice one, Jacqueline. Nice one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can't believe how long that one's lasted me, you know. It's because I know they say makeup has an expiry date, but this is probably why I've got bloody blepharitis, isn't it? Because I've had that. I must have had that 3 years, and it's not going down. Mind you, it's not like it's on every day, is it? So
true. Yeah. Interesting. Tracy says, we found your channel through Noah Craig. Have been steady viewers ever since. To be honest, not sure how long ago.
Was that when I did the interview with him? I love Craig, by the way.
He's Craig's got a new.
Craig's one of our favourite people on YouTube.
Yeah.
Just like Lisa, the vegan.
We've not watched it yet, but Craig's got a new vlog out, and the only reason I mention that is because he hasn't been uploading as regularly as he used to do. So when he does upload a vlog, we haven't watched it yet, but it's on our list.
Yeah.
And it's like when Craig does upload, because it's quite rare now, to be fair, he's got lots of other stuff going on in his life. We will watch that at some point. Because he's just a cool dude. And he's just a lovely, lovely guy with a lovely, lovely family.
Yeah, he's got right into the kind of photography just lately, hasn't he? And he did those vlogs where he was doing the walks, and
they were amazing.
Yeah, taking the pictures.
I can't even begin to imagine the amount of work that went into creating those vlogs, though. Yeah, incredible amount of work.
McGoldie, yes, we do eat at places that are not dedicated vegan, because we do actually think it's just as important to support the places that have vegan menus, even though they're not vegan, like the lounges, for example, which are all over the country. And they've got a great dedicated vegan menu. I think you just have to put your trust in them sometimes.
Yeah. That's all you can do, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
You know, with places, you've got to just hope for the best. But I'm sure many of you have, I'm sure, have read or had negative experiences or read of other people having terrible experiences, being served something and being told that it's one thing and it's not, and it's something else. And that would be horrible, of course. And there is always that risk, isn't there? But you hope that, you know, you really emphasize the point when you're ordering the food and that they pay attention. What are we up to?
Ryan, have you ever considered joining We the Free in Manchester? Don't you know what that is, Ryan? Is that an animal liberation organisation or something?
Don't know what it is, Ryan.
We try not to spread ourselves too thin. And if you knew us and our lives, we're already spread very, very thin. We do pretty much all we can with YouTube to help animals, with the promotion of down-to-earth veganism and a free ebook, and, you know, constantly uploading. So yeah, it's probably not something we would consider, because we like I said,
well, we don't even know what it is, Paul.
No, I know, but if it's an organisation,
of course,
it's like we don't have time. We don't have time to.
Yeah. Busy boys. Busy boys.
To be integral parts of anything other than what we already do.
Yes. Oh, Joseph, yes, absolutely. Just going back to what we were saying before about when you interviewed Craig.
Great story, yeah.
Yeah, very inspiring. Very, very inspiring.
He's just a lovely guy. He's got bloody good soul, as Craig. I think it's like, I can tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt, Craig has a good soul. Lisa, the vegan, has a good soul.
Yes.
Know it. Wanted to interview them and talk to them because they're good people. Yeah, it's an activist group. Cheers, Ryan.
Cheers, dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't ever want to spread myself too thin. Do you know what I mean? It's like been to a couple of pig saves with Manchester Pig Save. I can't handle it. Personally, I can't handle it.
Yeah.
I burst out bloody crying on motorway today because I went past a lorry with cows in it, and I saw one through the grate, and I nearly swore then. It cut me up for a minute. I personally have to be really careful what I expose myself to.
I'm not any different, to be fair.
No,
I'm not any different at all. And the only reason that I didn't, I saw the lorry, but I didn't look because I was driving.
Yeah.
But I'm not really any different. I think the thing we've talked about sporadically over the years on the channel, not just from a mental health standpoint, but also just from a, what's the word I'm looking for?
Self-preservation.
Thank you. Self-preservation standpoint. You've got to pick your battles in life.
You have to.
You can't spread yourself too thin. We've learned that the hard way over the years on several occasions. And we're still not the best at it even now.
No.
But you've got to pick your battles. And we've had many different battles on many different fronts over many years. Because that's who we are as people. You know, one of the big battles for 7 or 8 years was LGBTQIA and equality and tackling homophobia and all that stuff.
That's on the channel as well. If you've never seen our 2 weeks after my dad died, actually, a recorded performance of show 1.
Powerful,
yeah, it was very powerful. First time they included my dad in the tributes at the end, and then he became an integral part of the tributes at the end. Because so there you go. Although the vegan queens are dragtivists, because they never do a performance without mentioning their veganism. Never, ever, no matter where it is or what it's about. The first thing Gemini says is, "Hi, we're the vegan queens." Why we're the vegan queens? Because everything on our face and on our bodies is vegan. Because animals don't wear lipstick or mascara, for that matter. Do you know what I mean? And we have a little bit of banter about it, but it's always made as a point. Dragtivism. And on this channel, I think this is a form of activism, just promoting down-to-earth veganism and showing people how easy, cheap, delicious and accessible it is. That's a form of activism.
And you know, it sounds really obvious when I say it the way I'm going to say it, but do you know how we know that? We know that because over the years that we've been doing YouTube and putting content out and, you know, all the different types of stuff that we put out there, we get so many messages and comments in the public domain, but we get so many private messages as well from people over the years that have said it is our down-to-earth approach
that got them thinking about it,
that has helped them onto the journey and to maintain and stay on the journey, more importantly. So, yeah.
Jennifer, I've still got a bit of something. He's got it as well. We tested, not COVID. So we were like, oh, well, just a bit of a head cold. Everybody seems to have them at the moment, but it's not been a bad one, thank goodness.
No. For me, I would say literally 5% less enjoyment over the last couple of days for being a little bit under the weather. Literally 5%. I was able to shrug it off, although the walk back from the restaurant.
Oh, it was awful
on Wednesday.
It was horrible, right? So we came out of the restaurant and went with this beautiful meal. I thought my toothache was abating a little bit by then. Managed to eat all my food on the other side of my gob. Beautiful meal. Really enjoyed it. Beautiful bottle of wine. Comes out the restaurant, pissing down. And that really fine rain that I know it's a northernism, or maybe it's not, maybe it's a Britishism. That fine rain that gets you right wet. Do you know the kind of mean? So we just kind of put our heads down because it's a 5-minute walk back to the hotel, isn't it? We put our heads down. I could hear him behind me though. proper shivering. I was like, well, you did bring your spring jacket. It's not spring.
Oh dear. Yeah. So we'll be having, once we are done with the live this evening, we're going to have a nice chilled rest of the evening. And we'll probably have a reasonably chilled day tomorrow. We'll maybe have a little bit of a lie-in in the morning. Because the last 2 mornings, we've actually been up quite early for breakfast at the hotel, haven't we?
Yes.
You know, we've been up sort of around 8ish. Tomorrow morning, I think, you know, we might just push the boat out. Might just, it might be a 9:30 jobby in the morning. Yeah, get a bit more rest.
We're still thinking about going to the pictures as well.
I've already checked. It's not on.
In Oldham?
It's not on at all. It's not on tomorrow and it's not on Sunday. Yeah. But I'll tell you what they have got on.
What?
Some absolute rubbish. One of the most popular films out right now, and it's not on at the pictures near us.
And we could have gone to, because both of the restaurants, Zeffirelli's and Fellini's, both have a cinema attached to them. Fellini's is much more arty, like the Royal Opera House live performances and things like that, and jazz and stuff. And Zeffirelli's is where all the Fablemans was on there, and there's a few other movies.
Yeah.
We could have actually gone to there's a lot of little cinemas in Ambleside. It's lovely to see, like small little kind of independent.
At least 3,
ones.
and probably more.
And one of our lovely subscribers let us know today. By the way, I didn't kind of make the connection. Zeffirelli and Fellini are both Italian film directors. I think he said Roberto Zeffirelli. Could be wrong. And Riccardo Fellini, I think.
Right. Adam says, I bet the winds at Windermere blew the cobwebs away. They certainly did.
It certainly did.
It was brisk, but we had a lovely little few minutes, didn't we? Sat on a bench, just taking it all in. It was blooming lovely. It was.
We had a nice little walk around, and then we drove to Windermere village. We had a coffee in a cafe there with oat milk.
Yeah,
which was lovely.
The place was called Sugar and Spice.
Sugar and Spice in Windermere. So if you're ever in Windermere, little village, the actual village, there's Sugar and Spice do a lovely coffee with an oat milk.
And I said this.
A good mug and all.
That's what I was going to say. I said in there, I was like, you know, when you go somewhere and you get a coffee, it is nice to have an actual mug rather than like a disposable cup or whatever. It's a much nicer drinking experience, isn't it? So yeah, that was nice. So yeah, recommend that place also.
Yeah, definitely. We said we should arrange a TVG gathering at Ambleside at some point. You know, if a few people were up for it, like next February or something, for one of these winter break things, and we could get a few rooms booked in there and go to the restaurants and it'd be gorgeous, and have a walk around the lake. Beautiful.
Yeah, it would be awesome. So let us know, because this time, and if there's enough interest, it is something we could potentially set up, but it would need to be done quite well in advance, you know. But that would be absolutely epic.
Oh, Tracy's just saying it's just seen it on Facebook and double checked on IMDb that The Last of Us is airing tonight in the States to avoid Super Bowl programming. So they're going to sit and enjoy. Episode 3 is one of the best bits of television I've seen in a long time, and I completely got why so many Americans were so mad about it.
Yeah.
Because when it started, because I knew what was coming, but when it started, I was like, hang on, this guy's a like red-blooded meat-eating male with shotguns and a prepper and and then I was like, I know what's coming, and that's why people are pissed off.
Yeah,
because they liked him,
Bit too close to home.
and then he became something that they couldn't stand or abide.
Yeah.
And how sad is that?
He eats meat. He's got guns. We love this guy. He's gay.
That's basically it epitomized. I thought it was beautiful. It was such a well-written story.
Yeah.
I loved that it spanned 20 years.
I had one problem with it, and we should have said spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't watched it.
I haven't said anything.
No. Well, I nearly
very careful.
I nearly did say something, but I said to you when we were watching it the other night, there was only one thing that I took issue with, and it was nothing to do with the style of the filming or the relationship or anything to do with that. So I'm not going to reveal what it is because I don't want to spoil it for anybody that's not watched it yet. But I only took
Franco Zeffirelli.
Franco Zeffirelli.
Thank you very much, lady.
Nice one.
Was that right? Is it Riccardo Fellini? The other one? I don't know what he... But I know that they're both... and I only know that because one of our subscribers who said, I'm usually quite quiet, but I knew something, so I wanted to share it. I was very glad that you shared it. Thank you. Because you taught me something.
Yes. Yeah. Charles says, it was nice to see the return of the allotment vlogs. They helped me to relax. Yes.
It was nice to be down there, and it was nice to get at least one bed cleared.
Yeah.
And it was nice to see Puss. And, you know, it was nice to burn all that dry stuff and make some ash for the beds, which is like, somebody said, like, why did you burn all your stuff? And I said, well, stick around and watch some more vlogs and you'll find out. But I mean, the crux of the matter was that stuff would have taken a year to break down into compost,
if not longer.
Ash is instant, and ash is great food for your soil.
Yeah.
Really good food for your soil. Federico, thank you.
Federico Fellini.
Yes. What did he do that's probably something right famous and I'm like, oh my goodness.
Who knows?
I tell you, honestly, those two restaurants, outstanding.
Well, they've been there a while for good reason.
Yeah. Outstanding. That soup, I don't normally go for soup, but I had the dental issue. I was like, Paul, go for the soup. Make it easy on yourself. I took one sip and I was like, why don't I go for soup? It was courgette and red pepper with coconut milk and basil oil.
Beardy Run UK says Franco.
I
know, but you was asking about the
part of, no, I read part of it and then said cheers, Beardy. Then so he's answered that. I don't know.
Right, I'm with you.
No, we can have fires, but they've got to be in an enclosed thing, like we have that. What's it called? A furnace bin,
I guess. It's probably
we've got that furnace bin, and it has to be out before you leave. So you can't leave it burning. It's got to be out before you leave, and it was, thankfully. And now we've got a load of ash ready to feed our soil. So that's good.
Definitely. Yeah. Still a lot to do down there, but having been down there last weekend and got the bed done, it's that whole thing of sort of like not really being too daunted by the prospect. I think we've said it before, haven't we? When me and Paul go down with the right mindset and we get stuck in and graft, we can actually get stuff done pretty quickly, can't we?
Yes,
we often do. You know,
Jacqueline, are you trying to tell us all about the place that's a pub that's become the first vegan carvery that's literally everywhere, as if it's new information? Sweetheart, we have eyes.
It's literally like everybody screaming from the rooftops about
everywhere. It's everywhere. It's all over Facebook.
Yeah. Oh, John says, I've got my name down for an allotment in Hartlepool. I don't think fires are allowed. Yes.
Oh, we must be very lucky on ours then.
We must. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just that whole thing of like, it's about managing it responsibly. So maybe there's been a lot of allotment sites where fires haven't been managed responsibly, and the committee have had to just step in and point blank refuse.
Yeah.
And say, right, one person's ruined it for everybody.
Especially if people are having them just
on the ground,
on
yeah.
their allotment site. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that's what
yeah.
you've got to be careful with.
Yeah.
But I think when you're in an enclosed metal bin that's not even in contact with the floor because it's got feet, you know, where
It's off the ground, isn't
yeah.
it? So you're not even, the ground's not getting damaged at all, is it? So
no.
oh, cheers, Adam. Yeah. Well, this is the thing. It's been winter, hasn't it? So, you know, give it another couple of months and everything's going to start coming up. And that's when the real work kicks in terms of like maintenance and weeding and, you know, all the stuff we know and love. Oh,
Quantum Leap's been remade.
I'd read about
Jennifer,
this.
what's it on?
It's yeah. I don't know how good it is.
Yeah, I loved it as well. Bow, 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 bow. Boo, 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 boo. Bow, now, now, bow, now, now.
You done with that?
It's always the tunes that stay in my head.
Yeah, but classic. It's a classic theme tune, isn't it? Absolute classic. Oh, what was it we watched on Wednesday night with John Cusack?
Oh, Room 1408.
Now that's quite a good film. We enjoyed that. We'd seen it before, but many moons ago. But yeah.
It's just in the States. It's on a American only channel.
Right.
Why I order.
I wonder if Scott Bakula is in the remake, the new Quantum Leap. I mean, we always used to call him Scott Bakula, but apparently it's Scott Bakula now. Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna kind of. It'd be interesting. I'm curious. Leanne, that film terrified me. 1408 Evil. It's a good film. And John Cusack, I said it to Paul the other night. I think he's quite underrated. John Cusack as an actor.
He is, but that's because Joan gets all the attention.
Yeah, she demands all the attention.
Well, she should get all the attention because she's crazy.
In the best possible way.
The best possible way.
Yeah.
She's a crazy actress. I love her. I love her willingness to go there with a character. And you'll know what I mean if you've ever seen Working Girl or Toys or The Addams Family Values.
Yes, absolutely.
Malibu Barbie. Graceful, delicate. She's so good. So good.
Mm-hmm. She's a ledge. Is what she is. Is she in 16 Candles?
I don't remember. But I don't remember 16 Candles necessarily, I don't think. Oh, Julie, we have heard of The Thing. Which one did you watch? The original 1970s one or the 2010 remake? I can't remember when it was remade, but it was in the 2000s. It's nowhere near as good as the original.
The remake, what didn't offend me massively, but yeah, absolutely right. It didn't need to be made, did it?
Oh, yeah, Julie. I love that film. I think it's brilliant. And Kurt Russell,
he's
gorgeous.
It's one of the best horror films ever made.
Gorgeous.
I'll just put it out there. The Thing is one of the best horror films ever made.
Yeah.
It just is. Psychological horror at its best. Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Oh, night, Muddy.
Night, Muddy. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here.
Good night, sweet Angharad. Try and sleep well, my darling,
yes.
and hold on to those good memories. Please remember that you made you made a fur baby the happiest fur baby they could possibly be with you, and that matters so much.
Yeah, big time. And
thank you for coming tonight. I'm glad you've found some solace here.
Yeah, definitely. And if anybody who is getting off, because we did notice right at the very start of the live stream this evening, there was quite a few people that were like saying they were cream crackered, and we're a little bit cream crackered ourselves. So if anybody is getting off right now, Anchorad included, do not worry, because you will not miss much, because we will be wrapping up ourselves fairly
we're going
soon.
to be wrapping up very shortly. We are. Leanne, you don't have to like someone just because I do. And I more fancy Kurt Russell than anything, to be honest. But particularly in that film, it's the beard and the 70s look, long hair and beard. Love it.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I had to go back and read Leanne's comment because I didn't know what he was referencing.
Oh yeah, John says,
I can't stand Kurt Russell though. She says
there was also a thing from another world in 1951. Is it the same story, John? I don't know if I've ever seen that one.
What about Kurt Russell in Big Trouble in Little China, Leanne? What about Big Trouble in Little China? Did you hate him in that as well? I'll stop now. I'll stop. I'm getting silly because I'm a bit under the weather and I've had wine. Oh, jumpy. There we go. Right. Just, right, okay.
All right, should we go back up to the one you've highlighted then? There we go. Scroll down from there. Oh, I just noticed that. The dollar sign was flashing.
Ah!
Somebody's just given us a...
I've never even noticed that before.
I haven't. That might be new. They've done a lot of changes on YouTube recently. Not particularly keen on them all, but still. Adam, if you haven't watched 1408, it's worth it. Don't expect a brilliant horror story. It's more a psychological, supernatural story.
That's fair.
Isn't it?
That's fair.
But
yeah.
it's good. It's good. It's all right.
And also, Samuel L. Jackson's really good in it. That whole back and forth.
Oh, it's brilliant
between them. Is Samuel L. Jackson's excellent in it as well. Yeah.
Oh, Tom Cruise grosses me out and all, but that's only because I know about his secret life. Well, not so secret, you know. Jennifer, thank you so much for the super chat, my darling. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jennifer.
They do help incredibly.
Appreciated, always.
KH, this comment was about the 50s version of The Thing.
I don't know if I've seen the 50s version.
Good night, Eileen, my love.
Night, Eileen.
Take care. Julie, I remember Fright Night. It was actually it's a good 80s film. I enjoyed that one.
I remember Fright Night.
Yeah, it was all right.
It was good. Some cracking horrors came out of the 80s, of course. So, you know, it was a good time for horror movies.
Oh, and that's fantastic. I'm glad you found our stuff helpful on your vegan journey. And well done for doing 7 months.
Yeah, well done.
Brilliant.
That's brilliant.
You're a fully fledged vegan now.
Great stuff.
Yeah, we'll just have 5 minutes for everyone to say goodbye to each other. We'll try and leave this one to just an hour tonight, if you don't mind, guys, because we are still wallowing in the joy of the last couple of days, and we are though, aren't we?
Yeah.
I'd still like to chill out and just watch a movie, another glass of wine, and kind of settle back into being home. Plan for the allotment this weekend. We'll probably go down on Sunday and maybe clear another couple of beds, or
I think so. Yeah, I think
maybe hire the lawnmower and take the strimmer down,
maybe
strim around the beds, or maybe wait a little bit longer for the lawnmower.
I think we can get away with a little bit longer for the lawnmower. Maybe the strimming's easy enough, isn't it? So yeah, we will see how the weekend unfolds, but likely we will be down at the allotment for at least an hour or two on Sunday.
Yeah, I think so. It's, you know, it's the fresh air does do you good, even when you're feeling a little bit under the weather. Isn't it strange though that I have a week off work, and if I hadn't booked this week off as annual leave, I would have taken it off sick. No two ways about it. I would not have worked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I would have finished yesterday, and I'm just starting to feel better.
Well, there's the weird thing. I was thinking about this on the drive home today. It was like, having come back from a couple of lovely days away in the Lake District, I feel mentally healthy. I feel mentally recharged, but physically, they don't quite match up. I think I need another couple of days of rest just to kind of, get my physical health up to where my mental health is now.
Yeah.
Because having come back from all of that and the fresh air and the lovely food and the lovely people, my head's full of joy.
Jennifer, I'll talk about musicals with this little cows come on. I bloody love musicals, mate. In fact, I'm trying to get Jason to the point where, well, he'll watch it. I haven't seen Yentl for too many years, and I know every song by heart.
Yeah. I'm
trying to get Jason to watch it again with me.
I like musicals. I just like there's some I like more than others. That's all. And Yentl is a good musical, and we will undoubtedly get round to watching it at some point, I'm sure. Yeah.
I love Rent and what's that one called? The Beatles one, Across the Universe.
Yeah.
Once is beautiful, isn't it? Made us both bawl our bloody eyes out.
Yeah,
gorgeous.
And then some of the classics as well, like the ones that are like obviously more well known, like Rocky Horror, Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, There's No Business Like Show Business.
Blood Brothers,
musical movies.
Yeah,
Wicked.
Yeah. Ah.
Well, that's not nice, is it? Jacqueline whacking your boyfriend in the back because you've had a dream.
Thanks for sharing that, though, Jacqueline.
Right, we want to give a massive shout out to Leanne and Ashley for being here and moderating again this evening, which is always appreciated. You know that, girls. Thank you so much.
Big time. Please
show them your appreciation. Leslie, yes. Anything by Barbra Streisand, for the record. Anything.
Really?
I like her quite a lot. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you to all of the people that have super chatted us this evening. Thank you to our channel members, which you can become one for just £1. £1 a month to become a channel member and get to use some emoticons, emojis, and help us by giving us £1 a month. You can do the same thing on Patreon, and if you fancy doing either of those, there is a join button below every video, and there's also a link in the description of every video to the Patreon. So thank you to all of you, and thank you just to our channel subscribers and viewers and commenters for always being here and supporting the work we do. And if you haven't seen our fabulous Ambleside vlog that we uploaded a couple of hours earlier today, please have a look and do check out the links. I've posted in the description and in the first comment the links to both restaurants and Ambleside Manor for you to have a look at. And you know, if you're considering a little breakaway in the Lake District, give them some show them some love.
Yeah. Also,
great places.
Let us know.
We haven't been paid, by the way,
No,
paid
no.
for our trip.
Yeah. No,
In
I think
full.
we'd have to give full disclaimer on the vlog if anything like that.
We would.
No, they've not paid us. It was all legit and above board. Do let us know, by the way. We'll probably, you know what, we'll probably put a post up at some point and actually start to gauge numbers and interest, because if there are enough people that want to have a get together this time next year and all go there and have a great time, then we could we could potentially do and set up.
Amazing.
And also, before I forget, and before we close this down for the evening, thank you to all of you for once again getting us to 104 thumbs up on the live stream.
Guys.
Always
Thank you
appreciated.
so much.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. Love you, Mr.
Love you. Mwah.
Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching and spending some time with us. We've really enjoyed it. Keep your eye on Angharads' channel over the next couple of days, because I believe that there will be some kind of tribute vlog to Fudge. Please go along and support her, and because I know that she is broken up at the moment, and of course she is. So let's just show lots of love on YouTube and on Instagram, and let her know that we're there for her, please.
Yeah, definitely. Good night, all. Thank you for being here. It's been a pleasure as always.
See you again soon. Go.
No.
Right.
Go.
We'll see you again soon. Until then, please be excellent to yourselves and to each other. Bye, loves.